Very good day everybody, and welcome to another video. This is your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and I will be your captain for today's flight. And today's flight will take us once again back to the Fenix Airbus A320 to get sort of reacquainted with it a little bit more. We'll be doing a short flight from Italy to Greece. We'll be flying from Naples airport to Athens. We're using the ITA Airways livery, and we're flying real-world time, real-world weather. We're using GSX and the Aerosoft Simple Traffic tool. If you want to follow the flights, you can do that. There's a link in the chat that takes you to the Volanta website. That's also the one that gives us the overlay that you can see on top of your screen right now. Alright, so let's hop on in. So we're parked here at gate number 2, and we see the ground power units has been connected, and the jetway has been connected as well. And it's a little aircraft for today. So once again, yesterday something came up while I was doing the stream, and I had to pause the simulator, and then later actually I had to discontinue the stream. But then, fortunately, later I was able to continue, so that's what we did. So if you were watching, my apologies, and let's see if we can get this baby off the ground and get her to touch down beautifully in Athens, Greece. Alright, let's hop on inside. Got a flight plan here, Lima Indio Romeo November to Lima Golf Alpha Victor. We got the flight plan. I think ground service is fine, so we have the ground power unit, the chokes and cones are set. We may need to open those doors in a little bit, but let's see what's going to happen. Aircraft completely cold and dark, and it's actually the first time I'm using this livery. I just installed it, the ITA Airways livery. That comes with the package by Fenix. Comes with a couple of ready to install liveries. You can still do it yourself. They have a separate little application that you can use to install liveries. So that's what I used, and that's what we'll be flying today. Alright, so batteries 1 and 2, take along. You can see already external power is available. And let's just turn that on. So crew oxygen supply will go on, ground control, and then, oops, do that again. So our radars, they will start aligning. Turn on the strobe to auto, nav 1. On the emergency exit lights, and for now that is it. The aircraft will now start powering up really. So while it's doing that, actually let's get some more lights. Hey Lego, how are you doing, man? Nice of you to say hi. Forgot you? No, how could I forget you, man? Why would you say such a thing? So nice of you to come and say hi, man. Protective windshield, that's not what I wanted to turn on really. Where is the intake lights? I hope you're doing well, Lego. Thank you so much for joining. We'll flag the ITA livery, Airbus A320 from Naples, Napoli to Athens, Greece. I'm doing well, thanks, man. Well, so nice of you to come join. I hope you're doing well. It's good to have you with us. Right, so we just started up the aircraft. we have the external power connected, the jetways connected. Probably should start the boarding process before anything else, so at least we have our final load sheet at some point. Let's see, that would be request boarding.
Boarding requested.
And let's go with the GSX choice. Oops, that was some terrible lag there for a second. And Lego, I've actually been looking into starting up a little Discord channel. So hopefully we'll have some more information on that soon. I thought it was, yeah, it could be a nice idea indeed. Alright, so ATSU, AOC menu, and the flight init. Here we can request. Alright, so let's see if the cargo doors will ultimately open themselves, yes or no. I do not think I see any movement there.
Do you want to board crew?
I'd like to board well. Right, so let's open the doors. Ground services, forward cargo, aft cargo. Doing well, very good to hear. Had a good flight after coming back from college. Did a 2-hour flight. Nice, everything was smooth. Did my first ever good landing on the A320 Neo. Oh, that's so nice, man. It's a little bouncy due to crosswinds. Oh, okay. Hey, yeah. That's so cool. Congratulations on your successful landing the A320 Neo. That's just such a cool feeling, right? When you're like, yeah, this was good for now, you know. That's cool, man. Alright, so the baggage is being loaded up here. So let's set up the MCDO. We have actually we should now go to the init page. Basically do the same here, init request. Gonna start with that soon, feeling confident. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, do it, man. It's cool, you know, and don't worry about messing up, you know. But you know, you're not saying you're worried. You're actually you're saying you're confident, so that's very good. Yeah, and then you should be. So Lima, India, Romeo, November. What's our ITY? There you go.
Your crew has boarded. Passengers boarding start.
So we're ITY 812. Over the Discord. I'm just not sure, man. It's just I created a little account and created like, you know, like 4 channels. But I'm not really like too engaged in it yet, so I'm sort of giving it some time. I have to take sometimes really small steps. So there's not really anything in particular I can think of now that I would need. But thank you very much for asking, Legal. But the account's there and the channel's there, really. I guess it's just, I think there's like, what do you call that, welcome message or something. Yeah, I just still have to get, you know, basically get around to it, like, how to use it. I mean, how to properly use it, what to use it for, and, you know. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. Maybe I like the idea. It could be an interesting extra addition, dimension to the channel, you know. And also to connect viewers, and maybe, for instance, at some point we could organize some group flight or whatever, if that's nice, you know, stuff like that, whatever, or sharing screenshots, all of that. So I'm just not sure if I'll be checking that every day. So, but we'll see, man. Just it's all good as long as we're having fun. Right, let's see cost index. Okay, so we check our OFP. Cost index 1.5, just like yesterday, and then flight level 370. Our fuel will be 6.4 or 6.5 if you round it up, and then 2.3 final reserve fuel. Is this really not yesterday's fuel? Let me just check. No, this is today's flight. Actually, yesterday we had 360, this is 370. So cost index 1.5, and cruising 370. Then we'll request our winds. It will be both the climb and the descent winds. I haven't really created Discord server myself, but seen many YouTube tutorials on it. Yeah, actually, I haven't checked any tutorials yet. Basically, I asked ChatGPT, what the hell do I do? And that worked. But maybe it's actually interesting to just to get some ideas, really. So it's more like maybe looking for some ideas rather than to actually operate it. So maybe that's a good idea to maybe just check that out on YouTube. Thanks for the thanks for the suggestion. This actually sounds like a cool idea. Right, we have our winds. So for the flight plan, we have the flight plan in here. Let's set up for departure and arrivals. So routing and impact, we'll have departing from runway 24 with the GALTI 7 Golf departure. So runway 24. GALTI 7 Golf, no transition, so just insert, and then LGAV. Arrival. For now they're saying 03 right with the NEMES 1 Quebec. So ILS Zulu, I believe I saw Zulu. ILS Zulu 03, was it left? Right. This one, ILS Zulu 03 right. Now forgot the arrival, NEMES 1 Quebec. No, that's not it. Never, wait. NEMES 1 Quebec, that's it. Sort of look alike, these names. Alright, so insert. You can keep a channel for general chatting, sim help, screenshots, videos of aviation related things, gaming, then a voice chat for other games, group flights. This is just nice, man. Yeah. Thanks so much. Thanks so much, Lego. Yeah, that sounds like what it was made for, indeed. When you say it like that, yeah, makes perfect sense. Yeah, thanks. I guess I need some sort of ideas, I guess, and this is definitely helping. Thank you so much. Alright, let's see. We have our flight planned. Everything here is in. Let's just see if there's no weird discontinuities threatening to make our lives miserable. So DDM VOR and then to the, I think that's called center fix. But anyway, to Charlie 03 right. We'll have a look at that once we're airborne. And then let's see. I guess it's looking good. So for the secondary plan, we'll just copy the active for now. And now for the NP page, did we have the... No, I think the passengers are already boarding. Can we see any passengers walking through the little jetway there? I think I do. There you are. There they are. Oh, make your server public after. Thanks. I'm not. How do you mean? Like, isn't it like already public, or do you mean like share the link? You know, like either I share the link making it public, or is there like a setting? Because I haven't really seen it. So maybe it is actually already public. I don't know. I don't really check it. It's for now. It's just sitting there. And I think we have 70 passengers currently boarded. So for the NP page, we will need some info from here. So let's have a look. Fenix. Ground service mass imbalance. We load aircraft and we just say GSX boarding only. and load fuel instantly. But this number will still change. Don't think, there you go. Let's do send to MCDU for now. Yeah, so by public, I mean sharing the link. Yeah, okay. Without the link, though, yeah, okay, of course. Yeah, okay. So you meant sharing it rather than there's a setting. Yeah, exactly. Because I wasn't like sure if there was a setting, like oh, you got a little private server, cannot be seen or whatever. But yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, and that's the reason I haven't shared it yet. So, and exactly what you're saying, taking my time, no rushing, you know, just checking things out. But thanks, yeah, thanks. I like the ideas of what you said, like a general chatting, sim help maybe, and just general things. Who knows? Maybe it's going to be a lot of fun. So we did say send to MCDU, planned cargo loaded 0. That's a bit funny. Unless the cargo is also loading in sort of real time, but it doesn't appear to be doing anything yet. Outside we can see actually the cargo handles have finished. That's not too related, I believe, to GSX, so R2 to the Fenix. But yeah, cargo still looking empty. Hopefully, by the end of this year or start of the next year, I'll be getting a new PC for gaming and studying too, I guess. Well, you have to get your priorities straight for sure, Lego. That would be nice. The new PC is always cool. Everything just runs so smooth, you know. Alright, so totally distracting myself, but that's perfectly fine. So we got zero fuel of 50.6, zero fuel weight 50.6, block fuel 6.5, and pilot brief, summary and fuel. So we got fuel 6.5 and 2.3 on our reserves. I'm not sure if I see that. For now we'll keep this. And then performance, I don't think that's going to change a whole lot. So if we can go to our performance tool, departure performance. Take the preliminary load sheet, weather 1015. And this should then give us V1 131, V rotate 131, V2 134. Position altitude 8000 feet, flex takeoff temperature 68. Thrust reduction acceleration altitude 1730. So it looks like we're about 1530 feet, no, 230 feet altitude or something. More or less, somewhere in the 200s. Looks like we have 120 out of 124 passengers. Currently the RTX 5060, which eyeing on seems great value for money. That's okay. Gets more than 100 FPS stable on ultra. Damn. That sounds nice. Look, boarding finished. That's cool. Now let's send this to the MCDU. We don't enter it ourselves today, just like yesterday. Just so let's be lazy. But I do want to see the mass and balance. Okay, so the cargo is showing now. We send load sheet, so yeah, we'll get, let's see, set this to MCDU. So we got zero fuel weight 55.8. So the NB page 55.8. Okay, so that now looks good. And then performance page we just did 131, 131, 134, position 8000, 1720, 68 flex takeoff, flaps 1. And I think we're pretty much set up here. I mean, it won't run on ultra, though we'll run it on medium. Yeah, no, that's cool. I don't run on ultra. This is I think this is on, we call it below ultra, so high. So not medium, but like high. But I always turn off motion blur. That's just, I don't know who invented that, but I don't need it. But yeah, it's doing okay. But I'm easily pleased. Alright, so the boarding has finished, the loading of the MCDO setup is finished as well, so I think we will just start the APU. And we'll turn on the beacon. Open up our fuel pumps. And we have, do I have the fuel on board? 6.4, yeah. So there's no smoking sign, people sign can go on now as well. Then before we start the engines, we should turn on the APU bleed. And this page here should turn to the APU the moment you start it. And we can see here the N1 percentage is rising. Gonna see pretty old. RAM nearly maxes out, yeah. We'll go for 32 gigs, that is sweet. Yeah, that's super sweet. Six years back, 60 gigabytes was considered more than enough. Yeah, exactly, now it's like a minimum. Man, these things change, keep on changing. Yeah, exactly. And at some point, I would think it's enough, but then we get the new computer. So it is not very happy with the fuel. Saying estimate fuel on board 3.1 at our arrival. So let's see what's going to happen there. So the APU has started. We should also see a message here. I think APU is available. We got the green light, so we turn on APU bleed. We already turned on our beacon. So I think we can push back. Just a couple of things. Let's set up the radio panel. And we'll set a squawk code 3121. Turn on constraints both sides. And then we'll just shoot to our cruising altitude 370. And that's going incredibly fast. Alright, 370 it is. Let's call the tug. What is it? Prepare for pushback and departure. The GPU can go, and the chocks and counts can go as well.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
2 more for 50 knots. Oh, we are at 48 now? Because we started with 47. That would be so cool. Then thank you for whoever, for a mystery subscriber. Thank you very much. That's absolutely appreciated. Looks like the channel is slowly but surely gaining a little bit more views.
Light has been inserted.
Which obviously is very cool. Yeah, 48. I just could see it as well. Very cool, thank you so much. Yes, let's go for 50, Lego. I totally agree with you.
Locking gear.
Oh, small steps. Some of my landing videos have already been watched like 550 times, which is amazing. Like some others are generally like 34 or 20 or something, you know. But then there was this one video like 550 views. I'm like, what the hell, man? But it's very nice. It's very cool. Look, so we can see the nose being lifted. Now this is a very good question. We have no idea, I have no idea where we are. Let's have a look. So runway 24. Alright, so this is very simple, small airport. And where the hell are we? We should be down here, yeah. And do we backtrack? No, we could just stay on Tango Sierra. And then here it's a bit funny, so we take Quebec, so Quebec 432, etc. Alright, so push back nose to the left. Cool. Nose left, tail right, please.
Release parking brakes.
Parking brake release.
All engines clear. Start at wheel.
Alright. Start up engine number 1. There's our N2 starting. "50 stops completed." Are you kidding me? Thanks, man. Thanks so much. Stop messing with my dopamine, man. Just kidding. Oh, 50 subscribers. That's so sweet. Well, that deserves a song. That deserves a song. 50 subscribers. Oh, that deserves a song. Thanks, guys. Sorry. That's so cool. Really, that's so super cool. Right, so how's the pushback going? Would be nice if they would stop here. Yesterday we had a terrible pushback, but this is looking very nice. Engine number 1, I think that's ready. Let's start engine number 2.
Set parking brakes.
And we'll set our parking brake.
Waiting for your
Let's
confirmation.
lock
for
the
good
flight
engine
deck door.
start.
I think we already reset the rudder. Wait for confirmation. Alright, cool. Yeah, so the aircraft is a little bit scared that it will not have the officially required amount of fuel. I mean, we definitely have enough to go there. But we should have, I don't know what the numbers are, but you should have like a minimum of, I think, 30 minutes at least of fuel carrying with you when you land. And if you don't, then, you know. Yes, I play the guitar, man. Thanks. Yeah, it's cool. Sometimes I might sing a little song, or mostly I just play something. Don't really actually sing. Sometimes I might. Alright, so what are we doing? So let's first confirm a good engine start and let these guys do their work there as well. So confirm good engine start.
Ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Unlocking gear.
Alright, so that would be flaps 1. Let's arm the ground spoilers, and then we'll set auto brake to max for takeoff. There are noses being dropped.
Fuel truck disconnected. Pipe has been removed.
Alright.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Alright, sir. So let's turn off the runway turn off lights. The nozzle steering light stacks, you can turn off the APU. APU bleed as well. And I think that should really be it. Now when you're not using checklists, you are bound to sometimes just forget really simple things, but let's just wait for the confirmation of the bypass pin. Okay, well, we saw it, we see that you're carrying it. Alright, cool. Let's get ourselves to Greece. To parking brake release. Now there will be a conflict there with that aircraft, so maybe we just wait here for a second. Alright, Mr. Funky, guess I got to head out now to bed. Oh, that's good, man. You have a very good rest. I have to wake up early for college. That's also good. You're gonna be streaming tomorrow. Could you do VATSIM if possible? If I feel up to it, I will do VATSIM. I need to feel up to it, but I will definitely do some more VATSIM, for sure, Ligo. And very good that you're going to bed for school, you know. Just make the most of that. That's super important. Good night, man. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for having nice spirits on the channel. That's so cool. Thanks so much, Ligo, and you have a very good night, man. And I'll see you tomorrow. Alright, that was very cute. Good night, bye-bye. So what are we going to do with this airplane here? We're actually starting to roll. Oh no, we could take a right. I'm totally confusing myself. Cool, okay, so we keep on rolling. So the first time flying this livery, the Airways. Pretty cool livery. As I said, it comes with the package, so if you purchase the Fenix, whoops, oh shit, the Fenix A320. I only have the A320, and it comes with the installer for a bunch of liveries, and this one was there. So I figured, well, I'll just give it a try. Yeah, so it's been a while, like a couple of years ago I flew the A320, like a lot. So I'm sort of getting myself a little bit more reacquainted with it. And this should just take us where it needs to go. So I will also try to do a landing replay video after the stream. That usually takes a bit of time. But it's always nice to see the landing from the outside, you know. And the approach can be nice to see from the inside, like a window view sometimes, and some cockpit views as well. So what is our ground speed? 17 knots. Okay. Just see if you can go a little bit faster. We are allowed 30. Putting the engines to idle. But at least the aircraft should not further accelerate. It looks like it is. 31. Let's keep it a little bit chill here. So a little bit earlier we got a little message from the cabin crew. Probably reporting ready. I don't think if there's anything else I can say in the Fenix. Oh, we are probably too late. Let's quickly look out the window. Oops, straying from the yellow line. I'm sorry, yellow line. Oops. Yeah, this aircraft is a little bit funny with the steering. I always struggle with this one. But it's not as bad as the MD-11. That's just the worst. And other than that, the MD-11 is so awesome. It's such a cool plane. And it's beautiful to look at, it's beautiful to listen to, and it feels beautiful flying, really, it's such a cool plane. Alright, runway 24, so take it a little bit easy here on our speed. Cabin crew, prepare for takeoff. Should be able to ignore that message. There you go. here's our runway. These buttons, man. Alright, landing lights. Nose of steering lights, take off. Just happily assuming there is no incoming traffic. Yeah, I'm probably using, I should be using the tiller controls, I think. I believe that's even, why is the, I mean, this aircraft taxis, okay, you know, it's just oversteered a little bit. Alright, parking brake set for a second. We need to turn on our TCAS, so TARA. I think for the rest we should be fine. Let's do takeoff config test. Normal. And let's start the timer. Parking brake released. Let's see if our takeoff goes a little bit better than yesterday. So flex MCT. Because I've had now a couple of times when engaging the autopilot, it's sort of, when retracting the landing gear, it's saying like, hey, your landing gear is not down. So I'm not really sure, I haven't looked into that, but this probably is going to happen again. So 131 is our V1 and 131 rotates, 134 is V2. Oops, take it easy there, Arkady, let's rotate. Right, so we do have a positive rate. So here it comes, gear up. And just follow the flight director to the left. That's the 30. That must be a nice approach. Alright, let's not leave it to climb. And let's see, let's turn on the autopilot. Take 152 auto thrust, climbing 900 feet per minute. That's the message about my controller. Now we can just ignore that. A pretty cool area outside. So we still have our flaps, outdoor flaps at 1 actually. And we're not allowed to very high speed, it seems. 185 to Gamma. Gamma will be 3.3 nautical miles. Then we'll take a right turn to SOR, VOR, left turn, but no, not yet. So that's an interesting takeoff, or actually departure route, I must say. So low speed, but you see that sometimes. on 85 knots. So we can turn off the runway turn-off lights. Taxi lights, we can turn those off as well. Let's keep the passengers in their seats for a little bit longer. Alright, so we're crossing transition altitude, so let's go to standard. Right, almost at 10,000 feet. Alright, flaps up. Right. Guess we're good. Flaps are now up. Aircraft is accelerating. 10,000 feet. Let's turn off the landing lights. And let's release passengers. We're expected to arrive 18:32. That's 1 hour 15 minutes. Let's check the weather report for Athens. (300) 10 knots, visibility 10 miles or kilometers. Not really sure when. I think this is kilometers if it doesn't say statute miles. Scattered 7,000 feet, 30 degrees, QNH 1016. Looks okay. So the decelerating to I think 290. 287. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking from the flight deck. Welcome aboard ITA 812 to Athens. We're currently climbing to flight level 370, the altitude of 37,000 feet. We expect to arrive at Athens Airport in about 1 hour 15 minutes. The temperature will be 30 degrees. It will be a bit of a cloudy day, but not too bad. A little bit windy. We'll keep on monitoring the weather in any case, and we're happy to have you on board with us. Thank you very much for your attention. Alright. Looks like we're well on our way now. Climbing 370 is now 16.6. For the top of descent, let's see when that will be. That's something that's really nice in the Airbus. You have it all right here on the flight plan page. So top of descent will be 18:09 and time is now 17:16. So in about 55 minutes or so we'll start descending. So before that we will set up, we'll have a look at the arrival, and we'll set up the minimums and all that, just so we know what to do. And we might have to change the flight plan a little bit, but we'll get into that in a little while. So fuel on board 5,500. And few predictions I was saying 3.2, so it's out of the red if you will. Still lower the temperature than the cabin. Well, the poor passenger sitting there at 24 degrees. I forgot to turn on the strobe before we went into the runway. See anything else up there? I think it's okay. So let's have a look at the flight plan, or at least our arrival. Landing runway 03 right. This will be our arrival, and then we had the NEMES 1 Quebec. So from NEMES, 6,000 feet or above. Take us to Didymon VOR. Peleg, no, that's Peleg, so we got AV 501 to Battle, and then after Battle, I think that's our airport. So runway 03 right, so let's see how it's going to look like. Maybe we actually do go to, yeah, I think we go to Peleg. So we'll take a left turn to Peleg, and then where's the initial approach? Here's the initial approach chart. And there we have Peleg, initial approach fix. That's looking very nice. Taking us right to, what is this sucker called? Delta 190 Hotel. And then the final approach chart for 03 right. The glide slope will start to take us down 1900 feet at a distance of 5 nautical miles from India Alpha Tango Lima, and that happens to be the ILS identifier. So 5 miles from at 1900 feet. 03 right, so let's have a look. With 213, I think. 212 is saying here. Of course, it was a 32, yeah. Okay, so 212. So let's set up a little fix around the runway. You can just take any waypoint really, because this MCDU does not have a separate fix button, like you can see in the Boeing, for instance. So what you do here is just click one of the waypoints that you have, and then in the top right you will see fix info. You can just open that and then you put in your fix. So in our case it would be LGAV 03 right. And the radio 212. Radius 5 nautical miles. And let's also do that. So I'm not sure if anyone knows, can I also it doesn't look like I can add a second radius here. Yes, I'm not really sure. So what I always do in the Airbus is just go to the next page, just do the whole thing again, but then different numbers. So LGAV 03 right. So radio will stay the same, 212. That's the extended runway center line. The radius, let's say 50 nautical miles. Okay, so if we now go to the flight plan page, and let's check on our plan page. And this is always a little awkward position, but let's just try. For the maneuvering of the camera, I need these buttons here, and I need this screen over here. So after DDM, we should connect something. We'll have a look at that in a little bit. So here's the situation once we arrive. So after DDM, Yeah, we could maybe create like one waypoint so that we can make it more smooth of a transition, or we just turn left. But you know, let's maybe just go a little bit further. But here we have the two range links, so that's helping out a little bit. So 15 nautical miles, and this one's at 5. And this is where the glide slope will start taking us down. We definitely want to be totally configured at this circle. So that's what we'll do. Actually, let's stay on plan, and whoops, let's have a look at our plan from here. So after the DDM, it says flight plan discontinuity. We could begin by just clearing that out. Not seeing what I'm expecting. Hang on 1 second, so clear flight plan discontinuity. There you go, insert empty. And that's out. So now basically we're looking at this. And if we would like maybe Charlie India 03 right, let's see how far is that. Let's say maybe another 15 miles. Let's try Charlie India 03 right. Let's see if we can create a waypoint there. 03 right. And I believe in the Airbus you do / for the heading. So that's also 032, so that would be 212. Because I want to actually create a waypoint off of this waypoint. Somewhere around here, about 15 miles. This is 15 miles from the runway to this line, so I'm thinking, you know, somewhere around there. And we wanted to go into this heading, and this heading will be 212. And then / let's say 15 nautical miles. And I think we put it onto Charlie India 03 right, and that will move it down, I think. Oh, we need to select which one. Well, let's go for the top one. You can see what it's doing. So yeah, that looks good. Let's do that. So it's suggesting it in yellow as a temporary idea. But yeah, I like this. We have a little bit more time. So insert. There it is. Got flight plan discontinuity going on there, so let's clear that one out. So I guess we're doing good. We're at 31,000 feet, so we're almost at cruise. We need about 6,000 more feet to go. So the top of climb is that little blue arrow there. And then the top of descent will probably be in about 30 minutes, if I'm right. Alright, let's go around. Top of descent 1809. Yeah, it's about 40 minutes. So we have plenty of time to set up everything for our descent, and most actually for the arrival and the approach. Let's have a look at the final approach chart for our decision altitude. I think in the Airbus A320 we can probably just go for the 97 feet radio altitude. We do this on the performance page. So, next phase. Cruise and descent approach. So 97, I believe it was it 96? 97. Radio. We will not enter the wind and everything just yet. We have here ILS 203 right. do have a little bit of headwind. And that arrow there is our top of descent. But let's get back to the flight deck and see if anything requires our immediate attention. It doesn't look like it. Alright, cool, so we're almost at cruising altitude here. But let's head back inside. I think we're at cruise now. There you go. 37,000. Mach 0.77. On the way to NOSTO. 112 nautical miles. That is our top of descent coming. The livery is okay. I must say I did really like the Alitalia livery a lot. The old school Alitalia livery is so cool. And especially on the MD-11, it's just finger licking good, really. That is so cool. It was nice to hover around the aircraft a little bit. sort of thing here. No smoking sign is on. We got the company message. So the company message is probably the preliminary load sheet, final load sheet, and probably that's actually it, because I think we left on time, we departed on time. So we go ATSU and AOC menu and received message. Load sheet, load sheet, load sheet. Let's at least view them. I'm not sure what it does when you accept, really. But that's it. Looks like we departed on time for a change. So this weather report was issued 1650. Yeah, so probably 1750, probably it's a 1 hourly update. Refreshing. Oh, 1720, wait, okay. Cool, so we have a 30-minute update. Wind 310 degrees at 8 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers, scattered clouds 7,000. Temperature 28, QNH 1016. So wind 310 at 8 knots. That will be a bit of a crosswind. Sometimes there might be some cool information here, like sometimes, like one time I saw, I think in South Africa, flying to Durban, I think. Apparently there's like a toll road nearby that also has, sequences of lights that could, at the wrong moment, be easily misinterpreted for runway lights. So there's a little message saying on that chart, maybe we can look that up. I think we can. Search. Durban. Chart. Airport information. So here, warning. Pilots are to exercise extreme caution when approaching runway 24. Toll gate lights, parallel to threshold for runway 24, approximately 1 nautical mile northeast of the threshold, can be mistaken for runway lights during night operations or in IMC. Now these things are just so cool with these charts. And I believe, yeah, look, there's a little arrow pointing at the lights that they mentioned. So yeah, that's indeed very close. Let's do a nighttime landing there and see if we can see those in flight simulator. Those would actually be so cool. So yeah, that's an interesting example there. So sometimes there might be information that, that can give you some sense of that you're actually flying into a place, like a place that has a life on its own, whether you fly there or not, that's kind of immersive, I guess. That's pretty cool, I like that. So we'll be landing, excuse me, runway 03 right. So we'll probably vacate Delta. This is Delta. This is Delta. This does not have a name on this chart. But we'll vacate to the left. Then we're right there at the apron. So that's looking good. Control tower will be right there. So if we do a landing replay, also maybe one view from the control tower. So keep it cruising here for a little bit. I'll be stepping into the galley and I'll be right back. Well, first let's move the BRB position because it's looking a little bit funny there in the middle of the screen. I think that's looking a little bit better. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, looks like we're still flying. Let's get back inside. Fuel on board 4260. Company message again, not really sure. Let's see what this is. How do we get that? MCDU menu. This is from ops. Okay, so there's no delay card required. Exactly, since we left on time. But I guess we departed on time. Top of descent, what's that, 200 miles? It's about 20 minutes or so. So it's 11 kilometers. Although this is actually, let's reset this. There you go. That's standard. But it's still 11 kilometers. So the local Q ratio was 1016, I believe. 1016. Could maybe sort of pre-dial it here. 1016. So. Sort of as a little memory, I guess. Not sure you should do it, but I am. So the arrival and approach look very straightforward. We basically just descend and monitor our speed and our altitude. At NEMES we should be at 6,000 or above. Wait, let's have a look. So NEMES and Didymon VOR. Digimon VOR, and then we'll get to the waypoint the custom waypoint we created. Digimon 147. Okay, let's see how this is going to play out. Back to arc. Increase our fuel a little bit. Maybe one more step. So we're still a ways out. Touchdown is scheduled 18:31. It's in 45 minutes. Okay, that's enough of that. I get to the flight deck. There's not a lot to see from this angle, is there? But there's definitely some other traffic with us, like the other direction. So yeah, cool, let's go to Athens, man. We do have a bit of a crosswind right now. Do I want to zoom in a little bit? I think so. So one of the most rhythmic sounding words in the English language is orangutan. Don't you agree? Orangutan, 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 orangutan. I don't know, it sounds so rhythmical. Orangutan. Because of the, let's analyze it. Because of the syllables and the emphasis, orangutan. If they had different emphasis on different syllables, it wouldn't be as funky. Like orangutan. You know, that doesn't, I cannot dance to that. But orangutan, orangutan, you know, that just, it sings itself, you know, orangutan. Come on, that's it, orangutan. You know, it just, you don't have to do anything. Just a little random thought I thought I'd share on the World Wide Web. While flying the Airbus A320 by Fenix simulation with ITA livery. So from Naples to Athens. So might be that we will be landing during golden hours. But the sun is definitely saying that it wants to rest. Excuse me. So the sun's right there behind us. No, she wants to go down. Orangutan. 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 Guess that could work. So let's have a look at the map and see where we're flying. Orangutan, no, orangutan. Also getting a lot closer to shore. And the screen turning black here for a second. Okay, everything's still okay. Not sure what happened there. So let's see, now in 14 minutes, about 15 minutes to be at top of descent. Guess that is still at 1808. 1807, so 1 minute earlier. We're already getting very long shadows being cast by the sun. It's all over the sky now. Right, so we are about a little over 10 minutes from our descent. The time is 17:56, so I think we should have a new weather report. 17:20 to 17:50. Unless it's late, but there it is. So wind now 270 at 5 knots, varying from 230 degrees to 300 degrees. Still 10 kilometers visibility. Still broken clouds at 700 feet. Still 28 degrees, and QNH is now up 1017. So 270 at 5 knots. So maybe we just enter our landing data. So 1017. Temperature 28. And the wind 270 at 5 knots. Position, altitude, let's check the chart. feet. We already set the radio altitude 97 feet for the precision height. excuse me, I was distracted, and actually it goes my screen again. Sometimes it goes blank. Something to do probably with the electricity, the network, I'm not really sure. Anyway, so yeah, we set everything up in here, and touchdown would be 18:30, so 10 minutes before touchdown we could have a final weather report. The sun's definitely starting to color everything a little bit more orange and warm. Cool, that could make for some cool visuals during the landing replay. And speaking of which, let me start the recording since we're about to start descending anyway. So that is recording the input. So up next is NEMES. 6,000 feet or above. Now we could maybe also say we start our descent a little bit earlier. We do have a bit of tailwind towards us. I'm not sure. I keep going for a little bit. Well, 53 minutes into the flight. Fuel on board 3,560 kilograms. So our final approach speed for today will be 133 knots. Clean speed 221. That looks a little bit glitchy, coming back inside the aircraft, and everything black screen. So I don't think we'll ever get at 6,000 feet there at Dallas. So I do hope this prediction here is okay. 370 top of descent, and then at NEMES 2,449. I guess it looks okay. Landing elevations at also saying 300 feet. Runway threshold 255. The airport is sitting at 308. So, you see the altitude, I believe, was 1900 feet. There you go, 1900 feet. That will be the start of our glide slope. 1900, let's reset there. Columns just keep amazing. So cool. So the Airbus will not start descending on its own. We'll need to give it a little nudge. And I'm thinking we should probably start descending now. I'm just going to do it. So let's do descent mode. So 0.78 Mach or 269 indicated airspeed. So this here is saying we're a little bit high now. Well, sorry, we are actually a little bit low, not high. I think the terrain is good. That's the wrong button. Flight control, left side 6 fault, calibrate all zones. I always ignore this message. Let's see if we can go, we're now descending 1000 feet per minute, so not very fast, which is okay. Let's go 500 feet per minute. There we go, vertical speed mode. And now we go descent mode again. Because all of a sudden we were actually low. So the ball was sitting there way up high. Okay, so thrust levers to idle. For this thrust setting, I would say the levers are actually in the climb detent, I believe it's called. Yeah, let's have a little screenshot of this. Maybe nice to put on the Discord channel or something. I'm still sort of in the process of figuring out what I want to do with that. Because in the end, really, I'm just here for expression, artistic freedom, and to just have some fun, you know. Okay, so we are in descent mode. Let's see. Well, not an open descent. Should be a managed descent, yeah. Not sure why there's not a box around, or is the box maybe only... I believe the box is only when it's like for a couple of seconds, like saying we established this mode now. I think that's... If I remember correctly, I think that was it. So descending now 2,500 feet per minute. Still quite decent, I guess. Alright, so while we are descending, let me quickly run off to the galley and get a refreshing new IC, and I will be back before you can say blue verified. Okay, so we're back. That looks like Athens, right there. Still descending, still on profile. So that's all looking good. Our speed at being 2.673, 269. Yeah, so that's targeting perfectly. Time 18:12. 18:30, so about 18 minutes. Let's clap in our passengers now. So we do have the latest weather. Arrival. I did not set the departure weather, did I? I think I did. I set the departure weather. My God. 1750. So 0506 knots. Let's do that first before we do anything else. QNH was 015. 1015. Temperature 27. 050 at 6 knots. Temperature 27. 050. 6 knots. Okay. No clouds going on. Looks all nice. It's not too windy, 6 knots. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. We have started our descent, so please return to your seats and make sure that your seatbelts are securely fastened. We will leave the cabin lights off during this approach, as this is normal procedure during a nighttime landing. We expect to arrive at Athens Airport in about 15 minutes. The local temperature will be 27 degrees. We'll have a light evening breeze. We expect a smooth landing. On behalf of Airlines and the entire crew, thank you for your attention and thank you for flying with us today. Let's see, just turn that one off there. Okay. Cool. We managed to make a fool out of ourselves again. Still descending. Got some pretty lights behind us, but this is no longer golden hour. While landing, it will actually be a little bit dark. But that is what we get, flying real world time, real world weather. 19,600 feet. And we're now 50 nautical miles from the Dodomin, or Didymin. Let's see who are. Let's see what's going on. Didymon, the Didymon VOR. $18,000. Yeah, let's turn on the APU. So the last weather report was then 1750. Yeah, so maybe 1720, 1820 we could get a new one, I hope. But other than that, we're pretty much set up. Let's set the auto brake. I think we can go auto brake low. We're now 1 hour, 8 minutes into the flight. Oops, I may have clicked something there. Where the hell are the lights? Let's see. Console floor. That's a little bit better. Not too much. Just enough so we can see. That's how I like it. $50,000 feet. Here comes a left turn. So now on our way to the custom waypoint that we put there after the Didymon VOR. So that's called Papa Bravo Delta 01. Should arrive there at 1820. Speed 250 and altitude flight level 0905. Transition altitude 9,000 feet. Well, definitely getting darker outside. You know, otherwise we would have flown in a straight line to, I think it's called Sensor 6, Charlie India 03 right, which have only given us like 7 miles or something to properly align. And maybe that's enough when you're a very serious, a very good pilot, I don't know. But if I can, I like to have a little bit more space, and that seems to work out fine. I think we're a little bit high, so let's add some drag. Big drag out. It's just ever so slightly, as you can see, so it's not too bad, but let's try and keep on track as much as we can. screenshot. This is looking very nice, right? Okay, so what's going on now? 10,000 feet. Seatbelt signs are already on, but let's also turn on the landing lights. Speed 250 knots. Verify for left turn to the center 6. Okay, warning us about speed brake. That I really like. When I'm leaving it out for a bit, as you can see, we're getting a little bit high. So standard is up, so we got 1015. Let's just double check real quick. 1015, do I have a new report? No, we do not. Turn on the landing system. So we do not have a DME yet on the VOR, sorry, on the ILS. But this is ILS DME, so it should translate the signal. We'll see that momentarily. 1.10. 110.5. That's a really good look here. 30 left. I'm using the wrong chart. Well, that's okay, as long as the aircraft knows where we're going, that's good. Speed brake still out. Yeah, let's recheck the speed brake now. We are a little bit high. We do have DME. Let's quickly get the correct chart here. Or I set it up wrong, actually. 03 left, and I chose 03 right. Let's see what's called. Well, that's okay. We're a little bit high again, so speed brake out. Just the decision output will not be totally correct, but other than that, pretty good. Except maybe those arrangements, they're probably also not. No, actually they are okay because they are for the 03 right. They're not based on the map on the chart. Or are they? Yes, they are. This arrangement is. So probably will will not crash. There's our runway. Look at that. So let's turn on the runway turn-off lights. Taxi lights. Okay, so estimate fuel on board 3.1 on touchdown. Speed brake still out. Yeah, let's retract it now. We're below the profile. (5,000 feet). Let's go flaps 1. Flaps 2. Distance 16 miles. Let's arm our localizer. Localizer capture. Arm the approach. Light slope capture. See if we can go dual channel. (50 nautical miles). Let's arm the ground spoilers. So the approach speed was, I believe, 132, 133. And the nice thing with the Airbus, it goes to approach phase on its own, if it can. And it will simply fly the correct speeds on its own as well, using the autothrust system, which is very neat. I think we can do flaps 3. Cabin.
The cabin is now secure for landing.
Thank you. 4,000 feet. That's a very nice approach. .3 nautical miles. Can we go full flaps without the gear warning? Looks like the Airbus can, that's pretty nice. The flaps full. And we're still 10 miles out, we do not have to drop our gear just yet. Sporting time 18:26. Let's see if there's a weather update. 18:20, 1015, 030 at 4 knots. That's one right. Okay, range 7.4 nautical miles.
2,500.
Zero 304, let's set it. Okay, 6 miles, let's drop the landing gear. Oops. Cabin crew, please take your seats for landing. Right, let's stand by to take over from the autopilot. Autopilot off. And no, that's re-engaged. Turn it off. Okay. Definitely some wind here from the right. There's a little stutter there.
Don't sink.
Okay.
Don't sink.
Trying.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
I'm not sure I understand what it's
Don't
doing.
sink. Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Because we're actually a little bit high, so just going to ignore the
Don't
message.
sink.
That speed is okay.
Don't sink. 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 Don't sink.
100 above.
Don't sink. Don't sink. Don't sink.
Minima.
Don't sink.
50.
Don't sink.
40. 30.
Don't sink.
Engines to idle.
20. Restart.
Don't sink.
5.
Touchdown. Welcome to Athens. Full reverse. Engines to idle. Take a left. Flaps up. And the ground spoilers in. So I'm not sure about the don't sink warning. This was the same on the previous flight. Maybe just flying the ILS wrong, but at some point I was like, okay, so then let's climb a little bit, see where the limits are. And we were actually going up, and then the message stopped. But after that, we immediately were high, so maybe just overcompensating, I don't know. But here we are again. And today we reached 50 subscribers, so thank you very much for that. That is very cute. I really like that a lot. And let's move forward, you know, have some more fun streams. I'm not really sure if I see what this mess is, if you see all these aircraft that's close together. This looks funny. I'm just gonna settle down here and call it a flight. There. Wheel stop. Parking brake set. So yeah, man, once again welcome to Athens. And also once again, thank you very much for subscribing. We're very much appreciated. I like it. My ego gets a lot of dopamine right now. Now, all kidding aside, thanks a lot. And yeah, I will see you at the next video. Everybody stay funky. Bye.